Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Dreamer Reviews. I'm your girl Dreamer and I'm here to review. So, today I am going to review another Tubi movie. This one is named The Handyman and I think it was released in 2025. I think it was released this year. And it stars Donald Brumsfield Jr. That's right, Mr. Black Ink Chicago hottie with the body. Yes, it stars him. Um, and Claudia Jordan also as well. Um, this movie was an interesting movie. One thing it has shown me is that TV personality does not equal a good actress or actors. Um, some of the actors were decent. Claudia Jordan was not. I hate to say it like that because I actually like her, but I like her better as a personality and not an actress. So I hope she doesn't do this again because it was not pretty. Um, So the movie basically stars this woman who is married to this man. And she feels kind of neglected by the man because she's like knowing she got a feeling like he's cheating. So she just recently had a baby and the man also has a daughter. His daughter is, I believe she's 19 and super disrespectful. But okay. So as she goes ahead and trying to maintain her family and everything like that, um the daughter still continuously being disrespectful. The husband talking about, oh, I have a business meeting in the middle of the night, and she's like, in the middle of the night? He's like, yeah. So the daughter's laughing and she thinks it's funny, and she's dressed in like the smallest near to nothing outfit and asking her dad, can he drop her off? And she's like, yeah. And the stepmom is like, don't you think that's a little bit too much? You need to go change your clothes. And the daughter's like, oh, you're not my mom, this and the third. The dad don't see anything wrong with the girl wearing. And he's like telling her, just take care of the house, this, that, and the third. Don't worry about what we doing. And he goes ahead and decides to leave. And he takes his daughter with him. The husband goes ahead and leaves, even though he's talking about like how he got a business meeting in the middle of the night. Yeah, right. And of course, the wife is like, dude, for real. And so he goes ahead and he leaves with his daughter, and she's out here looking like a hoochie, but he drops her off somewhere and he keeps it moving. So the next day or that next night, he comes home extremely, extremely late, and he comes up into the bed. Now he's trying to creep up in there, but she's wide awoke. So as he lays down, she's like, oh, so you're home now? And he's like, don't start. He's like, don't start. And she's like, I'm not about to start. So she starts raising up. She says, you want some pancakes? And so then he was like, pancakes? She's like, do you want some pancakes? He's like, yeah. A word to the wise. If you just got through cheating and your wife know you cheating, if she asks you for pancakes, say no. I don't know why this man was like, yeah, I'll take some pancakes. Clearly, I don't know, I wouldn't trust them pancakes. But she get up out the bed, she goes cook these pancakes. As she's in the kitchen, the doorbell rings. So she goes to the doorbell and she's in like her lingerie, which who opens the door in their lingerie? That part was a little weird because in a little skimpy robe, ain't nobody answering no door early in the morning in a robe. But she opens the door, and who's standing at the door? Oh my goodness, Mr. Fine himself, Donald Brumsfield Jr., who he played the role as Damien. Now that part I didn't understand because some parts they was calling him Damien, other parts they was calling him Damon. Just for future reference, I hope they realize that the name Damien and Damon are two different names. They couldn't even keep the name right in the movie. It was weird. But anyway, so she answers the door and Damon is at the door and he's looking at her. He's eyeballing her, giving her all the energy, letting her know that he's ready to devour her. That's right. She don't know this man from a can of paint. She's standing there in her doggone nightgown and he's looking at her like he about to eat her up. Okay, so thank you everyone who's for coming. I'm just doing a review on the Tubi movie. So back to what I was saying. So he looking like he about to eat her up. So the husband come and she jumps because, yeah, she's looking at this man like, oh my goodness, he fine. Because, yes, he was standing at the door looking extra good, extra yummy. Yes, he was. So as he's sitting there standing there and the husband's like, oh, yeah, this is Damon. I went ahead and got him to come and fix the house, fix the baby room. Because right now she did just have a baby and the baby's sleeping in their bedroom. And she's like, well, you didn't even say that to me. He was like, I got to say something to you. I got to tell you something. And she was like, yeah, that would have been nice. And it would have, because at least she could have put some clothes on her behind, early in the morning if she knew she was expecting guests. But he didn't. He went ahead and, did what he did, whatever. So he, kissed her on the forehead. He's about to leave. Now, who leaves their wife half naked, standing in the doorway with some big buff man standing at the door looking at his wife like he ready to go take a bite out of her? But okay, sir. So he goes ahead and he leaves. So he comes in, Damon comes in, she shows him to where he needs to fix the baby room or whatever, and he gets to work. So as he get to work, she's like asking him, did he want something to eat? So he comes out and he's like, about to do something. And the daughter, the 19-year-old daughter, she comes out with skimpy outfits trying to throw a little shoulder at Damien, whatever they want to call him. And he's like, no, I'm good. I don't like him that young. I like something a little more mature. And he looks at the woman like, yeah. But, keep in mind, the woman is married. Her husband's at work. Okay. So he goes ahead and, go back and start fixing things up. And so the wife is still kind of going back and forth with the husband. The husband comes every now and then. Okay. Hello, Antonio. So the husband comes in and out. And so eventually the wife starts having an affair with the husband. But before she does, not the husband, the side dude. But before she does, she has a conversation with her best friend. Her best friend comes over. We're gonna call her hood best friend because that's what she was. Her hood best friend comes on over and she tells her hood best friend, she like, oh yeah, my husband just hired the handyman. And oh my goodness, the handyman is something fine. He's something special. And she like, oh girl, you gonna give him a little play? And the wife like, why would I do that? Oh my goodness, that's too close to home. The hood best friend encouraging her like, yeah, well, he's giving you, hey baby, he's giving you all the things that you haven't had in a long time, which is he's giving you attention. And so next thing you know, the hood best friend is encouraging the nonsense. And the wife goes ahead and she has a moment where she's like a content creator. And so she's making this nasty, disgusting looking soup, and it's supposed to be some type of keto soup. And she tells Damien, she said, come on in here and try it. So he gets on camera, he tries it, he's licking his lips. They're standing like this close to each other. He's licking his lips, mind you, all on camera, and this woman is married. Makes no sense whatsoever. And he's like, yeah, spring in a bowl. And the soup looked like some disgusting moldy type of nastiness, but okay, anyway. So she goes ahead and she's like looking him up and down. He's looking her up and down, and you feel a little vibe, a little energy, and you cut to the next scene where she goes ahead and she tries to offer the guy something to eat. He's like, oh no. So the guy sees how the husband kind of just pushes his wife off. So when she goes to try to give him something to eat, he like leans in and starts kissing her. Yes, he does. And she's not pushing him away. And then eventually she catches herself and she pushes him away. She gets up and she leaves the room. Okay, so you're thinking, oh, okay, yeah, she caught her senses. Absolutely not. Because the next day, she calls herself, calling her husband, saying, oh, I made something really nice for you when you come home for dinner. The husband doesn't come. So what she does is she takes the food into the room where the man was, where the handyman is, and she gives him the food. So the handyman's like, oh, you made this for me? Oh, wow, thank you, sweetie. And she's like, ah, okay, yeah. Next thing you know, the handyman picks her up, puts her on his doggone desk, and he get to doing something a little bit more handy, you know what I'm saying, other than actually working on a doggone room. hands all over the place, mouth all over the place. Right, yeah. Next thing you know, throughout the days, she's giving up the cheeks to this man, and she's loving every bit of it. She tells the hood best friend, yeah, I'm giving it to this man every which way. Now the hood best friend, like, what, girl? You shouldn't be doing that. Now she's talking like she got some sense, and she's telling her, you shouldn't be doing it. Why would you do that? This, that, and the third. Oh my goodness. Why would you even attempt to do that? Girl, you the same one who was encouraging her to do it. Now you telling her she shouldn't have done it. It made no sense to me on that, but okay. That was the hood best friend. So after the hood best friend goes ahead and tell her how wrong she was. What she was, because she shouldn't have been doing it, but she was. So she goes ahead and she continues on with this. Now, Damon actually starts falling hard for the wife. He's falling hard for her, head over heels. He's really starting to feel like, oh man, I'm about to be locked in. Then you see a flashback of Damon back in the day when he was a kid. When he was a kid, his mom was like really abusive to him and doing all kind of stuff to him. And his mom was trying to pack everything up and leave. So as she's trying to leave, Damon is like, no, mom, don't leave me. So he got some severe abandonment issues. And his mom's like, I'm out of here. I'm tired of children. I'm tired of you. I don't want nothing to do with you. So she's trying to leave. So when Damon gets this thought on his head, he goes ahead and set his whole house ablaze. Now, mind you, at the time, Damon is a little kid. He sets the house ablaze. He goes outside. His mom is outside, and his mom is getting real reckless at the mouth, and she's talking all kind of stuff like, oh, I hate you. I hate your guts. I don't want nothing to do with you. So Damon take the doggone gas can, light a match, poof, goes the mom, and she's out of here. Yeah, his mom. Yeah, Damon. That's his mom. So he got some severe mental issues and abandonment issues. So now we get back to present time. He's falling hard for the doggone wife. He's ready to take the husband's place. This man is having mental imagining. He's imagining himself as the husband. And those was his kids, and that is his wife. This is what this man is going through mentally at the time. So he's really feeling this woman. So cut to another scene where the wife and the husband get into an argument, right? And so the wife is like trying to argue, and she's like waving these nasty panties in the air, telling her, I know you was cheating. I know you was cheating. But my thing is, where the panties come from? In the house, you are home 24/7. So how panties get in your house of another woman? That part didn't really make any sense to me. But okay, so she's waving the panties in the air, and then they got this weird music on and she's doing it, and they're arguing and tussling. And so the husband pushes the wife away, and so she falls to the ground. Now, next thing you see, she got this big old black eye on her face, which is weird because ain't no way a simple push will give you a black eye to that extent. This black eye looked like she went a couple rounds with the old mic. Yeah, that's why I was just like, what in the world when I seen a black eye. Now, instead of her going to go fix her face or do something or to the hospital or call the ambulance, whatever, call the police, whatever she's doing, she goes and into the baby's room where she knows the guy is at. And she balls up in the corner. The guy's not in there right now, but she's like, ooh, 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 crying. She knew that man was going to come up in there. So he comes in there. She's like, oh, baby, oh, my goodness. What's going on? Oh, no. So he's ready to go ahead and activate and go get the husband. But she's like, no, don't do it. Don't go get him. No. And so he does it. He listens to her. So this man is like, you know what? I got to get my girl about this situation. So he goes and buys them a brand new house, a nice house, okay? And he takes her to the new house and say, this is ours. This is all of ours. This is going to be me and yours and this, that, and the third. And she's like, you brought me a house? Oh my goodness, you brought me a house? And so, this is the part I forgot to tell y'all. The handyman, the husband, moved the handyman up in there with him and his wife and his two kids. Yes, his teenage daughter and his baby. This husband moved a complete stranger up into the house with them. And the wife and the handyman is all throughout the house. All throughout the house the whole time. It's so crazy. While she's sitting here accusing him of cheating, she getting her cheeks smacked in a living room, dining room, kitchen, everywhere. But back to what I was saying. So Damien is like, okay, I want to get my girl out the situation. So he goes ahead and buys a house for her. This man is so head over heels of this man's wife that he's trying to take her away, and he buys her a beautiful home. And he buys her this diamond necklace. So then she goes ahead, goes to her husband, says about like, you know, look, I'm done. I don't want to do with you no more. I'm ready to go. The husband's like, no, let's work this out. I'm so sorry. Let's work this out. So she forgives her husband. She's like, you know, we're going to work it out. So she tells Damon, you know I told you I was going to be with you. I know I said I was going to leave with you. I know you brought that house for me. I know all this. But guess what? I'm staying here with my husband and my kids. This is my family. I'm not going nowhere. So I'm sorry. So you're just going to have to pack your things up and go. So Damon is already mental. So he's really losing it at this point. He's like, word, that's what you're going to do? You're going to throw me to the side? Mind you, this man already got abandonment issues that he had with his mom. That's why his mom. Okay, so Damon's like, oh man, word, that's what you're going to do? So Damon starts really losing it. In the middle of the night, while she's sleeping in bed, Damon is dressed in all black with a hoodie, standing over her and her husband while they're in the bed sleep. She wakes up to the diamond necklace sitting on the doggone table. She knows Damon's the one who had that necklace last. So when she wakes up, she realized, oh shoot, this man was in our bedroom. Yes, he was. So she tells her best friend, girl, you won't believe this. She tells her best friend, she said, I was messing with, you know how I was messing with the handyman. Well, guess what? I broke it off with him. Well, this man is not handling it well. He was standing over me and my husband in the middle of the night. So the best friend is like, girl, you got to tell your husband. Tell that man this right now. Otherwise, it's going to get worse. You need to tell him, let him know what this man is doing so he can get this man up out of your house. So, of course, she's finally giving this decent advice too late after she encouraged a friend to go ahead and sleep with the man. But now she's trying to tell her, you know, no. And you need to see what this man be doing. Use your little child camera to see, you know, the nanny cam to see what this man be doing in your house, because you don't know this man. You don't know him at all. So she's like, okay, you're right. I'm going to go ahead and check and see what's going on. So she goes ahead and she don't do the camera yet. She doesn't do the camera. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you. Thank you. So next thing you know, she's like, okay, well, I'm just going to chill. I'm going to figure a way out of the situation. She don't tell the husband. The hood best friend is a nosy best friend. So the hood best friend decides that she's going to come up in there and she's going to see what the guy be doing on the camera. So the hood best friend go in there and she sneaks in and she goes ahead downstairs in the basement and she's looking at the camera. And as she's looking at the camera, she sees something that I guess she wasn't supposed to see, because she's like shocked and she's like, oh. Next thing you know, somebody comes up with a lollipop. And on this channel, we call any weapon a lollipop. She comes up behind, somebody come up behind her with a lollipop, and the best friend, she's out of here. Yeah. So, yeah, she was done. So, after they go ahead and get her up out of there, they slide her body into the closet. And that was that. Now, that was the end of the hood best friend. No one's, at the time, they haven't seen the hood best friend. No one's even looking for the hood best friend. Nobody know where the hood best friend went. Nobody cares because they don't even realize she's missing. So, after that, you're like, oh, okay, well, what's going on? Hello. So, next thing you know, the guy, he starts pressing up because he's jealous now that the wife and husband have made their reconnection. He starts pressing up on the 19-year-old teen daughter. Yes. This is how weird the dad is. And I'm going to tell you, it was so weird. Now, you done moved this strange man into your home with your family. Now, this man is every bit of in his 30s. Your daughter comes home and say, Dad, meet my new boyfriend. We just went out and we're together now. And she introduces the handyman as her new boyfriend. And the dad is smiling and happy and okay, player, okay. What? What father would be okay with that? In what world would you be okay with that? Because absolutely not. That's your 19-year-old daughter. This man is in his 30s, and he's a handyman that's been staying in your house. Now he's sitting there pressing up on your daughter. Absolutely not. But okay, the father, that dynamic was very weird to me. So, of course, she's still having friction with the doggone mom, her stepmom, and the stepmom still having friction with the daughter. But now she's really flipping out because now the stepdaughter is linking up with her, ex-side dude, which is this handyman. So whatever. So now at this point, the mom is like, I gotta tell the guy. I gotta tell my husband. So she goes in the room. She tells her husband. She said, listen, I'm so sorry. I had an affair. And it did not end well. And the guy's going crazy. And he's like, well, who? She's like, the handyman. He said, word? The handyman? He said, yo, it would have made more sense for you to tell me this before I gave that man full access to my house. This man just put our alarm system in. He knows every code to the house. Exactly. So it was just some ridiculous nonsense. So, all right. So now, next thing you know, they're like, oh, we got to go. The lights go out. Now there's an intercom in the house, and it's the handyman like, doing this weird, scary, spooky stuff, basically saying, I'm taking over the house. Oh, now you want that bee and all this other kind of stuff. He's saying all kind of weird stuff, whatever. And so now, next thing you know, he goes ahead and he's basically saying, oh, bring that bee down here. So he had them thinking that he took the stepdaughter hostage. So they go ahead and make their way to the basement because they're trying to get out. I don't know where the baby is. Around the scene, there's no shots or screens of the baby or whatever. So I don't know what was going on with that situation. But he goes downstairs. The Handyman, it was released this year. I believe it was released. No, I'm sorry. It was released in 2025. Yeah, and it's on Tubi. It's on Tubi. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. So anyway, so they go downstairs, and as they go downstairs, he's holding the stepdaughter, right? And as soon as they hit down on the steps, the stepdaughter pops out from under the man's arm, and now she got a gun trained on the doggone stepmom. Because this girl hated her stepmom so much, she felt like she had a lollipop on her, and she was ready to pop the mess out of her stepmom. So after that, she goes ahead and she's like, oh, well, what am I, what you mean? So the handyman comes up on the doggone wife, and he's like, I told you not to leave me. I told you not to leave me. So the girl, the stepdaughter, she's looking like, wait a minute, you said you want me. You said you love me. So she's telling stepmom, you're just jealous. He wants me. He loves me. Whole time, this man got the stepmom hemmed up, talking about this is what happens when you leave me. Now I'm going to get her to shoot you. And this, I ain't even say, I'm going to get her to pop you with the lollipop and all this other kind of stuff. And she's like, wait a minute. So he's like got her hemmed up on a wall, and he does the scene where he's like, look at her face and all this other kind of stuff. Getting a little weird with it. And so the husband gets up in there and starts tussling with the guy. Tussling with the guy. The guy grabs the husband, hems him up. So the girl still got the lollipop trained on the stepmom. And she's like, get him. He the one who got your dad hemmed up. And so the guy, the handyman, pulls out a lollipop, pop, 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 the dad in the back. Now he's out of here. So the girl, still like an idiot, got the lollipop trained on the stepmom. Now she don't know who to get. The man and doggone ended your dad, and you sitting here, don't know who to hit. Yo, hit him. He the one who got the weapon. He just, your dad. And so she goes ahead and pop him with the lollipop. And at that point, the stepmom end up running out. They call the cops or whatever. The cops come through. And so now the dad's gone. I don't know what happened with Damien. They don't show what happened with him. They don't show him being carried out, but they show the dad being carried out on a stretcher. And the girl, they show her being carried out in handcuffs. And that's it. And then next thing you know, you see the stepmom, Claudia Jordan, sitting there, bad acting and all, extremely horrible acting, sitting there on the sofa. She's like, she does this weird thing where she goes from crying to laughing. You know how they try to do that little thing or whatever. And then it replays everything in her head mentally, how the husband was actually cheating with the hood best friend. Claudia killed the best friend, which I already knew that because they try to make it seem like the guy did it. But Claudia is way shorter than the guy. So, you know, you can kind of already tell it was a petite person that killed the best friend. That was clear. Come to find out, the hood best friend the whole time was sleeping with the husband. So she had set up this whole plan where she was going to get the handyman to do the job for her by seducing him and get him basically to wipe the whole family out because she couldn't stand a stepdaughter. She didn't want nothing to do with her best friend anymore, and she wanted the husband out of there because she didn't want to deal with whatever when it comes to her child, whatever. She didn't want no custody battles, and she probably wanted the money that the husband had or whatever, and got everybody up out of there. And that was pretty much the end of the movie. As far as my ranking for the movie, I would probably give it like 2.5 lollipops out of 5. The other actors were pretty decent, I have to say that. But Claudia Jordan, for her to be the main character, dropped the ball. Like I said in the beginning, it shows that just because you are a TV personality does not mean you can act, because the acting was 2 thumbs down. And I like her as a well, I don't know her as a person, but you know, as a you know, as what I see on TV, she seems cool, but her acting is a lot to be desired. Maybe she needs some classes. Maybe that'll help her out, because a lot of people just think that, oh, I can get behind the camera and just be me. Or they'll go the opposite direction and they'll get behind the camera and overact. I don't know, but I don't know what her thing was, but it was just not that. Her acting was trash, to be quite honest. But the other characters, actually, the acting was pretty decent with the other characters for Tubi, you know, for Tubi. So, I wouldn't really go all out and be like, yeah, watch The Handyman. I mean, if you ain't got nothing else to do, you feel like you want to do something, if you want to watch it, I guess. But, yeah, but that is my review of The Handyman. And once again, it's a Tubi movie. And it came out in 2025. And yeah, that's that. So is there anything that any of you guys would like me to review? Please drop it in the comments below, and I will review it for you and bring it back to you in as soon as possible. I do have a couple of other reviews coming up. One is called The Jealous Son. And also I plan on reviewing The First Defier, which is a book. It's a large book series, so I plan on reviewing that also. It's one of my favorite lit RPG book series, so I'm going to bring that to you guys very soon. So look out for that. Watch out for that. Please, once again, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed as of yet. I'm here for you guys. Please be here for me and just sub, like, you know. But if there's anything that you guys would like me to watch, just let me know. I have no problem doing it. But anyways, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here, and thank you for sharing today with me. So I think I'm gonna go. I've been on here for 30 minutes. So yeah. Anyways, thank you so much. Bye-bye.